Each year, for the past 19 years, the Ontario Camaro Club has grown leaps and bounds. Hundreds of competitors and spectators from southern Ontario and the northeastern United States travel to the unassuming Four Points Suites Sheraton to celebrate their passion, the Chevrolet Camaro. This year, we are treated to a sneak peek into the future, as a silver Camaro concept which debuted 2 years ago in Detroit graces us with its presence. But as we look to the future, we can't forget the past. 40 years of passion can be seen at the Ontario Camaro Club show. So let's start the show off with a bang and take a peek at this rare Yenko.
This is a 1968 Yenko Camaro. Don Yenko was a Chevrolet dealer from Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, who built super Camaros by ordering them through a Copo system. This 68 is a Copo from the factory, and Don Yenko took the 396 engine and put the 427 in, took the hood, changed the hood and put this fiberglass hood on, put different wheels on, put his own little emblems and tachometer, and just put his own touches on the car. Built 65 of them in 1968. And then in 1969, they actually got him to build the car from the factory with the engine from the factory. This car spent its entire life until I purchased it in Florida. And ultimately what happened was the car was raced. It has 4,100 original miles on it, most of them a quarter mile at a time. And the car was raced until about 1973 when it was parked. Changed hands a few times, and the last owner decided he was going to restore it and kept the car in his backyard for 18 years collecting parts, and ultimately realized that for a myriad of reasons just couldn't get it done, and I bought the car from him. As we chose to do this with all new old stock parts. That means ultimately is we had parts that we could have got from a lot of the different catalogs that are reproduced. But instead, we took 2-3 years of collecting parts that were actually original to the car. So we did not use reproduction parts. And this took about 4 years. Had Camaro Specialties in East Aurora, New York do the restoration, and we finished 2 days ago.
With passion comes creativity. And one car that shows that creativity is Chuck's 4th generation Camaro SS.
I always love cars. When GM puts out a car, it's for the masses, and they do a pretty good job. But I like my own style of car. I like to modify it the way I want it. This is a highly modified SS Camaro, 35-year anniversary, 2002 Camaro. It's got Lamborghini doors, you can see. Got a 1900 watt ICE system. It has air ride technology. It's got engine work done to it, with headers and cam and manifold. It's got a custom interior. It's got a front camera, back camera, vision systems. So last year I pre-registered, but I was turned away from the border because of my nitrous oxide. The most thing I'm proud of is the way the kids look at this car, especially the front camera visions and the back camera visions. They go through all kinds of contortions, find out where the lenses are, and they like to see themselves in the cameras or in the video screens. Okay, this car has been in many car shows. It's been at the SEMA show in Atlantic City, where it took first place GM. The car's been featured in Super Chevy magazine. It's been on ESPN2 from the SEMA show. This is my second time coming to Canada. They have beautiful cars here.
And while you don't need to go to that extreme to make your car beautiful, a few custom features can go a long way.
It's a 91 RS Camaro. Came with a V6. I upgraded it to a V8 350. It's pushing about 400 and a quarter. Just got it painted pearl white. 20s in the back, 18s in the front. Everything else is original on the car. I'm most proud about the engine, the rims, and the paint. Mainly the paint. I'm really happy how the paint came out. And the rims, they're different. Not too many people do the 20s with the 18s, so I'm happy about the rims.
What I have here is a Camaro SS. It was built in 1999. What I've done over the years is very, very minor modifications, mostly bolt-on. Things like the shock tower brace, a new air filter package to replace the stock airbox, subframe connectors, and then a number of cosmetic things, new shift knob, new aluminum pedals, and millions of coats of polish. My first car show with the Camaro Nationals was in 2000 in Woodstock. I've been very paranoid about the car after I purchased it, and I thought just for fun I would enter it in the judging, and I thought the car would not do well, and as a result I'd be able to get rid of a little of the paranoia, be able to drive the car not worrying about the stone chips or the door dings, and much to my surprise I won the class. I won first place and been paranoid even more ever since. Starting in 2002, through 2003, I won first place in the street class. In 2003, thanks to Tim Hortons, they dropped off a little coffee stain in my cup holder that I missed, and unfortunately I went back to second place. So this year, in 2005, I'm trying to come back and take my class again. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. One of the very unique things about my car is that I've had both the hood scoop and the hockey stick stripes painted on the side of the car. One Sunday night I was thinking about making the car a little different, having it striped, and I emailed a Legendary Motor Car in Milton, Ontario. And they said sure, they would do the job for me. They sent their truck and trailer down, picked up my car. The next time I saw the car, they had the hockey stick stripes taped on the side of the car. And what we did, Legendary Motor Car had a 1969 Camaro SS with the hockey stick stripes in their showroom. So they went out and actually measured up those stripes right off the 69, came back and laid out the stripes in masking tape on the side of the car. We tweaked them a little bit so they would suit the fourth generation body style. When I walked into the paint booth to check out the final taping, I saw a 12-inch diameter roll of masking tape. Sort of looked at it, ignored it. I was checking out the stripes. They looked great. They had mentioned about this 12-inch diameter roll of masking tape, and it turned out that when they put the taped up the first side of the Camaro, it was great, no problems at all. But when they tried to match it on the other side, it was taping it, looking at it, tearing the tape off, putting it in the ball, coming back and taping it again. And by the time they were finished, they had this 12-inch roll of masking tape. So we had the stripes painted in Rally Red. It's a baked on finish. When you do paint stripes on a car, if you're baking them on, you have to take the tape off after a certain period of time before the paint totally hardens, because it will give you a jagged edge along the side of the stripe. So what they did is it was 140 degrees in their oven. A couple of them were in there taking the tape off, and one of the fellows looked back and saw that the stripe was coming off with the tape. So there was a mad rush. One fellow was peeling the tape off, the other fellow was in the paint booth pushing the stripe back on the car. Fortunately, the stripe has stayed on the car for a couple of years now, and I've been really happy with the job that they did for me. The one thing that I like about my car is that no one else has one like it. It really helps me sort of feel very proud about the car.